Welcome back to Tech Fix Everythings. In today's video, I'll show you how to assemble a complete desktop PC for beginners step by step. We'll be using a Gigabyte B760 motherboard, an Intel Core i7-12700 CPU, TeamGroup T-Force 16GB RAM, a 1TB WD M.2 SSD, a Xigmatek 550W power supply, and a Xigmatek X20 case. Alright, let's start with the motherboard. This is the Gigabyte B760M Gaming Wi-Fi DDR4. It's a micro ATX board designed for Intel 12th and 13th Gen CPUs, offering solid build quality, built-in Wi-Fi, and support for DDR4 RAM, which makes it a great budget choice for new builders. Let's unbox the Intel Core i7-12700 CPU. Inside the box, we have the processor itself and the original Intel cooler. Carefully remove the CPU from the package and make sure not to touch the gold contacts on the bottom. Before installing, open the CPU socket cover. The Intel Core i7-12700 has 4 small notches around its edges. These notches align with the 4 alignment keys on the LGA1700 socket. Carefully match the positions. The CPU will drop perfectly into place without using any force. Once it's seated, close the metal cover and lock the lever to secure the CPU. Carefully double-check that the CPU is seated correctly. All 4 notches aligned with the socket keys and the CPU sits perfectly flat. Then close the metal load plate and lock the retention lever to secure the CPU. Next, we'll apply thermal paste before installing the Intel stock cooler. If your cooler already has pre-applied paste, you can skip this step. If not, apply a small pea-sized drop of thermal paste right in the center of the CPU. This helps transfer heat evenly between the CPU and the cooler's base. Now, align the Intel cooler so that the 4 push pins match the holes on the motherboard. Gently press each pin down in a diagonal pattern, for example, top left first, then bottom right, to make sure the cooler is evenly seated. Once all 4 pins are locked, connect the cooler's fan cable to the CPU fan header on the motherboard. Next, let's unbox the memory kit. Here, we have 2 DDR4 RAM sticks from TeamGroup T-Force, each 16 GB, for a total of 32 GB. Before installing, check your motherboard manual to see which slots to use for dual channel operation. For this Gigabyte B760M, use slots A2 and B2 for best performance. Open the clips on both sides of the RAM slots. Hold each RAM stick by its edges. Do not touch the gold contacts. Align the notch on the RAM with the ridge inside the slot, then press down firmly until both clips snap into place. Repeat for the second stick. Make sure both modules are seated evenly and lock securely. Now, let's install the M.2 SSD. Here, we're using a Western Digital 1TB M.2 drive. Locate the M.2 slot on your motherboard. It's usually between the CPU socket and the PCIe slot. Remove the small screw first. Hold the SSD by its edges and align the connector with the slot. Gently insert it at a 30-degree angle until it's fully seated. then press it down flat and secure it with the screw you removed earlier. If your motherboard has a heatsink cover, place it back on top to help with cooling. Next, let's unbox the PC case. Here, we have the Xigmatek XA20, a standard mid-tower case. Start by removing both side panels to make installation easier. Keep the screws in a safe place, so you don't lose them. Now, install the motherboard standoffs. These are the small brass spacers that keep the motherboard raised above the metal surface of the case. Check the hole layout on your B760M motherboard and install the standoffs in the matching positions on the case. This helps prevent short circuits and provides stable support. Now, it's time to install the motherboard into the case. Carefully place the board onto the standoffs and align the screw holes. Secure it with the provided screws, don't over-tighten. Once the standoffs are installed, you can also place the power supply unit SU, in this case, a Xigmatek 550W, into the bottom compartment of the case, with the fan facing downward or toward the vent area. Secure it using the 4 screws provided. Connect the 24-pin ATX power cable from the power supply to the main power connector on the motherboard, and the 8-pin CPU power cable to the socket near the CPU. Make sure both are fully seated and locked in place. Then, plug in the USB 3.0 and USB 2.0 cables from the case into their headers on the motherboard, and connect the HD audio cable to the front panel audio header. After that, connect the front panel cables from the case, including power switch, reset switch, power LED, and HDD LED, to the small front panel header on the motherboard. You can refer to the motherboard manual for the exact pin layout. Finally, if your PC case has cooling fans, connect the fan cables to the size fan header on the motherboard. If your fans have LED lights, also connect the LED power cables to the power connector or LED hub accordingly. Next, don't forget to install the 2 Wi-Fi antennas. Simply screw them onto the Wi-Fi connectors on the back of the motherboard and adjust their direction for the best signal. And I'm really sorry, guys, this motherboard does have a USB 3.0 header, but since I'm using a regular case, it doesn't have a USB 3.0 front cable. Thank you all for watching this video. If you find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next Tech Fix Everything's video.